Well, hi everyone. I know that you've been wanting to talk to me, and I haven't been returning calls or texts, and I know that you're probably worried about me, so I've decided to make this video because I don't want to repeat myself to a bunch of people. I don't even want to talk, I tried to make a video like this about a month ago because I realized I needed to communicate, but I made the video and I didn't post it, and I'm just not feeling at peace with communicating with people right now. And I don't mean to offend anyone. I don't mean to come across as selfish. But yeah, to some degree, I think I am being that way, and rightly so, because, this last year I've suffered multiple attacks, and at this point right now I'm trying to pull these daggers out of my back that were put in there from different people, different directions. And one of those daggers has been in my back for the last 2 years, and those of you who are closest to me know exactly what I'm talking about. And so I had really been walking around with a dagger in my back for quite some time, and I think that in hindsight there's maybe some, I don't know if you want to call it lack of compassion from people, but I mean, maybe they had their feelings like, oh, I'm sorry you're going through that. But at the end of the day, I wasn't really getting the support that I needed. And so when these other daggers came in, it was overwhelming all at once, just to have one thing after another. Not only to not go in my favor, but to go strongly against me, and to not have the support that I need. And so when it comes to talking and communicating, I've become very acutely aware of the fact that talking does not fix my problems. Good feelings don't fix my problems. Friendships, social connections, they don't fix my problems. And I don't mean to be rude, but at this point, I'm in survival mode, and my focus is on getting these daggers out of my back. And, if you saw somebody with their face to the ground and they had daggers in their back, you wouldn't give them a pep talk, right? No, you'd get them to a hospital. And that's just kind of where I'm at right now. I don't need a pep talk. I don't need to talk to anybody about it. It doesn't fix my problems. I don't want to talk about the fact that, oh, gee, you've got daggers in your back. Isn't that too bad? Well, cheer up. No, I need to get the daggers out of my back. And at this point, it's like if you're in a situation like that, your only concern, your only focus is getting the daggers out, and anybody who will help you get the daggers out. And unfortunately, it takes more than talk and good feelings, and that's why I'm just not at a place. I've been working my tail off, really, and I know some of y'all want an update on how everything's going, so I will try to briefly update you guys. I have been working really hard. That's another reason why I'm not talking to anybody, because it's like I've got my blinders on, I've got my hand to the plow. I work nights, and I work very hard. And then during the day, I am working on my business that I'm trying to develop. And all of that's actually going really good, but things are not quite moving as fast as I need or want them to. So I'm trying to be patient. But with my job, I'm very fortunate that I have a supervisor who's he's a very nice man, very nice and very grateful, has a lot of gratitude. He's always complimenting me like, oh, you're so organized, and thank you for coming in and helping. And so that's refreshing, because y'all know what I went through over the last 2 years with my last supervisor. I mean, I was exceeding quotas, but they were calling me into meetings asking me, what were you doing, last Tuesday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon? Why were your numbers low? And it's like, seriously? Were my numbers low by the end of the day? Did I meet or exceed quota by the end of the day, the week, the month? Yes, absolutely. In fact, I got a bonus. So why are you talking about me? Why are you talking to me about Tuesday at, like, if the numbers are so important, why are you dragging me into these stupid 30-minute meetings? But that's what I dealt with the last 2 years. And so this new supervisor is very refreshing, gift from God. Such a change. Thank you. I am so grateful for that. And then his boss actually came to me and said, thank you so much for helping us, and if there's any position you want here, let me know. Which was, again, refreshing change, that somebody has noticed my hard work and is rewarding it, because the last place I was at, it just didn't even matter. I got like 5 additional certifications while I was over there. For the most part, I walked the line, but I had a boss who, it was just, there was always something to, pick about. But anyway, that's refreshing change. But I do work hard, and then I'm trying to grow this business, and honestly, that's my priority, because I have just gotten a big, rude awakening that I really don't need to be working for other people. And I was spiritually counseled about that last fall of 2016, and somebody who was counseling me spiritually said, you're not supposed to be working for other people, and until you get this figured out, you're going to keep having difficulties, because you see the bigger picture, and they don't. They just want you to see their picture. And so that's what I'm trying to do, because I feel like part of, like, one of the major daggers that hit me this last year had to do with me not responding quickly enough to that inner knowing that I need to work for myself. And it was just, at the same time, I'm trying to be compassionate with myself, because I was dealing with so much burden, and I did not know how to get the burden off my back, and nobody was really helping me. Unfortunately, when you pick up burdens, people are like, well, you got it, and they're content to let you keep carrying it. And this is, again, back to what I was saying earlier about not really getting the compassion that I needed for this dagger, this one particular dagger that's been in my back for the last 2 years. where basically I've been bearing the debt of another person that is not mine. And honestly, it's a complete injustice. People need to answer for their... Anyway, I went through all the proper whatever, and this is another reason why I don't talk to anybody, because I've listened to all your advice. I've done what you say. I know what the status quo is. Get a job, work hard, be a slave to the grind, pay your bills on time, follow protocol, go through the proper procedures, blah, 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 blah. And you know what? At the end of the day, it has not helped me. At the end of the day, I have not seen justice served. And so my only way to get more justice in my life is to take some very unorthodox approaches, very radical approaches that have not yet been tried, that I know many of you wouldn't agree with. You would never dare try it because it is so out there. But let me tell you, like I said, I've done the status quo, and all that's going to happen is you will be nothing. You will have nothing. You'll just be a good little slave, okay? And I just can't do it anymore because honestly, it's too much weight. And I need justice. I need fairness. I need balance. I don't need people telling me keep working and work harder, and when I'm already exceeding my limits. I'm already doing the work of 2 people. And now you're telling me it's not enough. Go on and do the work of 3. Oh, hell no. I've already tried it, and I know it doesn't work. Maybe it works for you, but it clearly does not work for me, because how many daggers can a person take in their back? I mean, I was already carrying a burden, and you start throwing all these daggers. You know, maybe I can walk around with 1 in my back, maybe 2, but you start adding 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm down. And there's nobody to lift me up. And there's no amount of talking or good feelings that are going to get these daggers out of my back. And so I've gotten very, like I said, self-focused, and to some degree, it is paying off. Oh, that lady has pea terries. I think I want some. I'm going to go get some pea terries. Anyway. My business, I will say that I'm not really talking about it. Doing things very anonymous. But it's going very well. This summer, I kind of mapped out 3 possibilities for creating an income independently. One of them is through my writing, which I will do. I'm hoping next year that I'm going to try to write for Breitbart, and I will try to submit some pieces out there. I'm actually excited about that, but I have to hold back, okay? I have to marshal my resources, okay? I have to prioritize. I have to go where the money and the support is, okay? And right now the support is on this other thing that I created another channel, and the first month I got 1,000 viewers. And I've actually made money off of this channel, and then YouTube approved it for monetization, and last month it made $100. I'm over 4,000 subscribers now, and I'm working really hard on monetizing some other videos for sale. All of next year, they're like instructional videos, and the cool thing is I've actually had some people email me and say, where are those videos? I want to buy them. So I'm like trying to get them out because they're for next year, and once I get them created, I'll sell them one time. I'll make them one time, sell them many times over, and I'm looking at the passive income coming in next year. So I'm really optimistic and excited about it, but it is taking a lot of my attention, a lot of my work right now, and this is another reason why I'm not engaging with people, because I'm in work mode. And I want to make sure that next year is set up so I've got that passive income coming in, and then if I want to do my writing for Breitbart or whomever, great. If I have the time, I want to make the time next year to get my documentary out that I filmed this summer called Eat Well, Live Well. Did all the filming. I'm still in the middle of editing that, but it got put on the back burner because, like I said, this other channel just took off, and I actually have people paying me for services. So in addition to my work, my job where I work at night, during the day I'm dealing with clients, and then I'm trying to make these videos where I'm actually making money off the videos. So it's a lot of work, and I've not seen, right now it's not enough to sustain me, but I'm investing right now, getting everything lined up for next year so that, like I said, I've got these products out there online that are creating passive income. I don't have to keep working it. It's going to be out there. And yeah, that's it. Work, work, work. That's where I'm at, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to get the daggers out of my back. No, nobody's going to rescue me. It's like I have to pull the daggers out one by one, and unfortunately it's money that does it. And I hate to say that, but me talking on the phone to people and yakking on social media does not do it. That's why I shut down, one of the reasons why I shut down my social media, in addition to the fact that, frankly, I do feel like that my social media is being used for the wrong reasons. It's being used for prospective employers to get on there and figure out if they like who I am in my off time. And let me say, if that's you, don't bother hiring me, because, you have your priorities out of line, all right? You are probably somebody who says you practice tolerance and inclusivity, but you don't. You don't want somebody who is free to be who they are in their off time. You want to own their time for less than $20 an hour, probably. And you're not going to do it. And I've even had people come at me about $45 an hour, okay? But they want to own you. These people, they want droids, they want slaves. That's why the technology is going towards more automation, and it's going towards transhumanism, because they don't like humans deciding for themselves, hey, I have an opinion and I want to share it or speak it or whatever. They just want you to be a droid. And at some level, we all know this, and that's why, you get this fakeness on social media, which so disgusts me and I don't want any part of. But anyway, to some degree, I've somewhat accepted it is what it is, whether I agree with it or not, and that's why my channel that's taken off, I'd never use my name. You're not going to find me. You're not going to see me. I never show my face. I never say my real name. It is totally anonymous, and so, and I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep it that way, but I've decided that's really the best thing, because I don't like people discriminating against me for being who I authentically am. You don't have to agree with me. We don't have to be bosom buddies, but to these people that sit around and they're nosy on social media and they're looking to find fault, they're disgusting people. They really are. And I don't want to work with them. I don't. good riddance. I just need to work for myself, really, because I want to own my voice, my social media. I don't want anybody else to own it. So, anyway, did I cover everything? My kids. Y'all are probably wondering about my kids. I'm going to try to wrap this up because, I'm at 20 minutes. So, my kids are doing great. Brianna's doing fabulous. She's going to be at Kirby Lane Cafe with her artwork. It's going to be the University UT location for, I believe, January through February. The entire restaurant will be filled with her art, and she's been doing art shows because it's that time of year. So she's, and she's still got her job too, so she's working really hard to get all of her stuff lined up for the art show. And she got promoted to framing at her job, so she'll sit back there in the framing department, watch YouTube videos on her phone, and do her artwork. And she said she really enjoys the work, because people will come in and sometimes spend like $1,000 on getting their art framed, and she'll help them with all kinds of elaborate custom frames and matting and everything, and she can use her art skills for that. But doing fabulous. And let's see, Elise is going to be 15 tomorrow, and that child was born ready. She's my Thanksgiving Day baby. For those of you who know me well, you know that. And I mean, she's been really taking the initiative on learning to drive, and has been practicing that. She just got her learner's permit yesterday, and she's just making it happen. And doing really well. And she's gonna, I think next year, try to continue on with her little business called Lotus Bath and Beauty, and she wants to expand into farmers market. She doesn't want to do art shows. She prefers the farmers market type people, and so I'm going to help her with that too. Hopefully, when my income tax return comes in next year, I will have some spare money to help her get going with that. And her sister's helping her with that little business too, and has been learning to drive. Ambria, yeah. So I'm proud of them. They're all little business women, and I love that, especially with my life experience. I think, and they've seen what I've gone through, and I've told them, if you want to go to college, if you want to do something that requires college, then go for it. But I mean, for the most part, this educational system is a scam. It's not going to give you the return on your investment that you are looking for. The best thing to do is to own your own business and invest in yourself, your skills, and learning how to have a business acumen, So that's what I've really been encouraging them to do. Finally, single life. What single life? I mean, it's single, but yeah. Anyway, what do I say about this? It's a joke, okay? Yeah, total bullshit, always, nonstop. I predicted earlier this year that I would probably remain single this entire year, and it held true. Call it self-fulfilling prophecy, or maybe I have some intuitive gifts, I don't know. But, yeah. My latest admirer is married. You see, it's always something. They're like, there's always some BS going on. I don't even look anymore. It's like I've resigned myself to the idea that it's not my time, and I need to focus on myself. And unfortunately, I almost pity the person who comes in next, because they're really going to have to work hard to prove themselves to me. I've heard it all at this rate, and I don't mean to be pessimistic, but you know, a person is really going to have to prove themselves to me, because I'm very skeptical of people and prospects at this point in my life. And, you know, I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but I do want to keep it real here. My outlook is not as innocent as it once was, say 20 years ago, or even 10 years ago. You know, I've come to this stark, shocking, disturbing realization that, you know, when somebody says they love you, it does not necessarily mean what you think it means, or what it would mean if you told somebody that you loved them. You have to slow down. When somebody says they love you, you really have to find out what does that exactly mean, because, like I said, I have heard it all, and none of those people are anywhere around. They're not around in the way that they said they would be, or, I mean, it's ridiculous some of the shit I look back at. I'm like, I've had people say to me, you know, oh, you're my soulmate, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I mean, I knew when I was younger that men lied and manipulated and tried to get somewhere with women. I mean, I wasn't totally naive, but some of these men are very convincing, because I think they believe it themselves. But you find out at this point in life, you know, I've seen so many twists and turns in the road, and you look at who stayed and who didn't, and how quickly they walked away. And, you know, some of them, it's like, really, is that love? I mean, because if it is, you know, like, I don't even think you know what love is. And yeah, I just, yeah, I don't know that I'm going to even find anybody next year. That's honestly how bleak it looks for me. I feel like everybody's got their bullshit going on, and they like their bullshit, and I'm starting to understand, unfortunately, how women become crazy, cat hoarding, bitter women. I don't need to, like, I used to not understand that when I was younger, but I understand now. Like, I understand how you start moving in that direction towards cat hoarding. You know, it's like, I hope it doesn't go that way for me. I really hope not. But at this rate, I don't feel any. Like I said, it's disappointment after disappointment, to the point where I know one person said to me, I had a spirit of hopelessness. And yeah, I do, because I've gone through a lot, and none of these people that supposedly loved me are around. And the last 2 years have been filled with people who really, they're looking out for themselves at the end of the day. They don't really care about me. They care about what I can do for them. But there is a limit to love, and I've definitely seen the limits to people's love, and it's quite limiting. So, yeah, that's why I'm like, I'll just have a marriage with me, you know? I'm sorry, you know, this is not a pep talk, you know, if that's what you were looking for, but I have to keep it honest, and I have to keep it real. But anyway, okay, this is a long, drawn out conversation, much longer than I intended because there's so much to say. Maybe I'll timestamp this. See, people can skip ahead. I seriously doubt anyone wants to listen to 30 minutes of me talking. For those of you who have, you're the rare ones. You're the troopers. You're my favorites. All right. Thank you. Thank you for caring. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for giving me my space when I need it. Y'all take care.